Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic, healer, and yogi. We've got an exciting show for you today. My guest is SL369. SL369 is a clairvoyant who gets cryptocurrency visions. And she's been on the show before, but we have some hot tips for you as the cryptocurrency markets spike. So stay tuned. Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host. I have a very special guest today, SL369. She's been on the show before and has many followers and fans and patrons and listeners who want to hear what she has to say today. SL369 is a clairvoyant who has been getting cryptocurrency visions since 2018. She shares her crypto visions on Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube, where the community gets this information so they are better equipped to invest in a crypto coin. She has about an 85% accurate track record with her crypto visions. She has a big following on her Patreon group where she posts daily crypto visions, which she gets in her dreams. SL369's guides go into her sleep and give her visions, which again have proven to be correct with a very high point of accuracy. SL stands for Starseed and Lightworker. The meaning of these words are very important as SL feels very aligned to Starseed and Lightworker. The number 369 was inspired by Nikola Tesla's theory, where he believes these numbers are the key to the universe. You can contact SL369 on twitter.com/crypto SL369, on her Telegram, which is t.me/SL369crypto. Check her out on her YouTube channel. Google SL369 when you get into the YouTube. And then, of course, the Patreon site, which is blowing up these days with avid followers and fans of SL369. It's on patreon.com/SL369crypto. It's my honor and privilege to welcome SL369 to the show. Hey, SL.
Thank you, Jill, for having me back.
So glad to have you back during this exciting time. As predicted, I was telling people once all the planets went direct that had been retrograde in October, we were going to see a spike. So here we are recording this on October 19th, the day after Mercury and Jupiter went direct. On the 10th of October, Saturn had gone direct, and on the 6th, Pluto has gone direct. So now it's full systems go. And so what are you seeing in the crypto markets today? There's a lot of action, isn't there, crypto?
Yes, yes, a lot of coin has gone up quite a bit. If people have not been paying attention. I think one of them is Phantom, Phantom. A few weeks ago, it was like $1.25. Today is $2.34. And this one will continue to do really well. A lot of coin on like the top like 10, top 10, top 20, top 100 on the CMC list. Ethereum has been doing really well. Binance will continue to do really well. Bitcoin went up a little bit. So I think your predictions really align with what's going on with the market today.
Yes, and this is, here we are, the 18th, 19th of October. We're hitting a full moon bump, though, on the 20th, which is the 20th of October, and perhaps for the rest of that week. So we're looking out to the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, maybe a little bit of volatility up and down. But then from that point on, I see spiking continuing pretty much through October and November. As I've mentioned, we hit an eclipse window starting on November 19th, 2021. That's probably going to affect the market. I see it really affecting the mainstream economies. And then we have a solar eclipse on the 4th of December. Please check out my previous podcast where Hillary Harley, astrologer extraordinaire, and myself went over all the major transits in November, December, and January of 2022. But we see that the crypto markets are going to follow a certain trajectory as well during this time. So it is go time. It is show time, as I say. And what has happened, we were talking about even before this current spike, a week or two ago, Shiba had a nice rally, and some of the people in your Patreon group became Shiba millionaires.
Yes, there's two of them, and I don't know how many other silent millionaire are close to become Shiba millionaires. So actually, before we talk about Shiba, my spirit guide told me October 2021, which is like tomorrow. They sort of gave me a heads up, and my group and the community is curious, are we going up tomorrow, down tomorrow? And I think you just mentioned that tomorrow is full moon, right?
Full moon, sun is going to be in Libra and the moon is in Aries. And the caveat is that Mars is actually with the sun in Libra, which is going to make for volatility. Now, that can affect crypto, of course. I think it's more with the issues around vaccine mandates getting very heated now, and also some other kind of explosive things that might happen in the news. I heard that China went and found some kind of new technology to launch a nuclear missile really fast without anybody being able to track it. So we've got all kinds of exciting things happening at this full moon. So my answer to your question around that would be that I think we're going to see some volatility and things won't probably settle down and start that clean upward trajectory until about the 23rd
Okay.
of October.
Okay. If it down a little bit, that's totally fine. I think the community can handle that. But then afterward, the market will continue to go up
Yes.
until mid-November?
Yeah, so interesting because we have this full moon on the 20th of October, and then I think we're really rallying. It's going to be kind of in the clear until the full moon on November 19th, which is a lunar eclipse, which could throw a wrench into that upward trajectory as I predicted. And I think the key date is I keep getting October 29th as being a really good date for those interested in taking out profits. If you want to wage your bets, bets there, you might want to wait until deeper into November. There is a very good date on the Scorpio new moon, 4th, 5th, 6th of November should be pretty good. We're going to have the sun, the moon, Mars in Scorpio during that time. That's always good for money. But then as we get deeper into November, I think it might get a little dicey. Solar eclipse on the 4th of December. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I think maybe once we get to that new moon in Scorpio, I'll really be able to read clearer what's going to happen for the next 2 months. But I do feel like it's boom time pretty much probably through the November 19th. But then it may be dicey trying to access the profits.
I see. Then during off air, you talk about January being a little dicey.
Right. January is very interesting astrologically. Again, I would refer listeners to listen to the previous podcast. Two astrologers analyze October through January because we realize that there's going to be 4 planets in the sign Capricorn. Capricorn is known for its austerity and for tightening the belt. And the other issue in January is that we're going to have 2 planets retrograde. Venus is retrograde in Capricorn, so there's no luxury there. That's going to be the precursor to the recession announcements. And Mercury is also going to be retrograde. Luckily, not in Capricorn, but in Aquarius. So we will see that whatever has been full speed ahead at the end of the year, it comes to quite a abrupt stop, especially with senses of abundance and expansion. I mean, I just think it's going to be the shortages that have kicked in, November, December, January. It's going to look really bleak and grim, and crypto, of course, will get affected by that. But I do see it being a short-term situation. January leaking into February a little, I see a really powerful spring, March, April, May for crypto in 2022.
Hi, Jill. Earlier, you said that 2021 and 2022 crypto will do pretty well. And then you mentioned 23, 24. Can you share that with the listeners?
Yes. So astrologically, I looked into 2022 and psychically, and as I've said on some of your YouTube shows, that I can see that there's going to be a big spike in 2022. Shiba, especially, saw because I looked at the chart and I saw that whatever their restrictions are now, Saturn opposing the natal sun of Shiba, what's going to happen is Pluto will come over their natal Saturn in Capricorn, and that's going to make assimilation or Shiba becoming even more of a household word and not the cat food. Shiba the coin. And so 2022, crypto is going to be rocking it. Again, once we get out of that austere January, and which trickles into February, although the new moon in February is the Chinese Lunar New Year, should be pretty good for crypto because it's all Aquarius. And last year, in 2021, on the Lunar New Year, which was February 11th, the crypto markets all did quite well. So we'll probably see crypto really picking up faster than the mainstream economy in February, really kind of boom in March and April, maybe trickle into May a little bit. May we hit the eclipse season again. Actually, April 30th is an eclipse with Taurus and Scorpio. And then there's another eclipse in May. So that's going to be a wrench in the upward trajectory. And then I've kind of seen out, and this has been since actually this past summer of 2021, that the summer of 2022, at some point, maybe after July, could even be in the fall, that there's going to be some kind of regulation. The government's going to want to get their hands on crypto money, especially if there's been a recession going on. It's like, how can we cash in on this or grab some of these funds? How can we take, tax people or somehow get our hands on it? So I think that's going to interfere with people making their big, big profits. It won't be as free and clear as it is up until that point. And then going into 2023, there's going to be a lot of political things going on, and it may feel very erratic. 2023 is a year when we could have some major earth changes as well. And so crypto, I feel, will still be rallying up. It just will have some limitations that have been imposed on it. And then by 2024, I feel it's very mainstream because we have Pluto, the planet that rules money, but it's also, Pluto is death and rebirth, and we're seeing the Pluto death of existing structures. So by the time we get to 2024, Pluto changes out of Capricorn, where it's been for 14 years at that point since 2010, and goes into the sign of Aquarius. And as I've always said, Aquarius, basically, I feel crypto is ruled by Aquarius or has a very Aquarian energy to it because it's the new paradigm of currency. So we can see it being totally integrated into our society, just like the internet was by then. So SL, it's my turn to ask you a question. We were talking off mic about the assimilation and the mainstreaming of crypto. Tell me what you've been hearing about that with some of your Patreon members in your community and other people who follow you on crypto. It's a real fast awakening to the crypto world, isn't it, going on right now?
Yes. So one of my friends was at Home Depot, and she overheard the employee there talk about crypto, the Yiga Shiba. So it's so funny to me because Shiba is such a popular coin right now. Rather people talking about Bitcoin, they talk about Shiba. So.
But somebody, predicted that back when you had a reading with her in May.
Yes.
I said, SL, you dropped the name Shiba on me. And I said, what? Say that name again. Spell it. And you spelled it for me, SHIBA. I'm like, Shiba, Shiba's going to become a household name. It's almost like the Apple of crypto. It's going to be really, really popular. Everybody's going to know about it. That was back in May. And you looked at me, you said, I don't know. Not many people know about it. It's not that big of a deal. And then I looked at the chart. You found out all the information for the chart. And I said, a couple months later to your group, I said, it is going to be a big deal. That was back in, let's say, June or July. And here we are, October. Everybody's talking about Shiba.
Yes, it's moving much faster, like its popularity and, how fast the news travel in the mainstream. Because, to me, crypto is sort of like alternative market. Right now, it's become more mainstream. Bitcoin ETF launched, I think, today. So
a Bitcoin ATM?
The Bitcoin ETF.
Oh, what does that mean for those who don't know the lingo?
It's basically an ETF where they put a basket of asset in that fund or something,
Okay.
and then you can buy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's going to allow people to get money out of Bitcoin. Like what? So how does that translate for people who may not know much about crypto?
I think Bitcoin ETF, institutional investor can invest in that. I don't know if like retail investor would be interested in that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I haven't looked into if like retail investor can access to that. Maybe we do, but there's so much money or profits to make from from buying coin. To me, ETF is such a traditional investment from the stock market
Yeah.
that.
So crypto's going real mainstream by getting the ATF involved. Speaking of other mainstreaming and
ETF.
Yeah, ATF.
E.
Oh, ETF. Oh,
Yeah.
no wonder ETF. Okay. So we've got those initials ETF, but I was thinking of the initials ATM.
Oh.
So tell us the news with crypto and ATM.
Yes. 2 days ago, one of my friends saw it on Twitter that you now can buy Shiba on an ATM machine, and it is selling for 0.001. So it's less than a penny. They're making a huge profit if people are buying Shiba on that ATM machine, because right now Shiba has, I think, let me see, how many zero?
So people can go and buy Shiba at the ATM and then make a lot of profit on it.
No, the person who sells Shiba to them will make a lot of profit.
Oh, okay.
Not the customer, because Shiba has 4.0.
Okay.
And they sell at the higher rate.
Okay, so for people who again may be new to the crypto game, that like what this ATM does, you're buying it from somebody who owns it, and the person who's going to make the money is the one who's selling it to you.
Yeah.
Good call. Nice interaction there. Nice transactional business for the seller of Shiba. So also there's something going on with Robinhood SL. Tell maybe some of my listeners who don't know what Robinhood is, what it is, and what's actually happening with crypto and Robinhood.
Yes. So Robinhood, they primarily in the stock market, where they have a stock market app where people can invest in stocks very easily from the app.
Right.
And it's really popular with millennial, could be teenager, could be college students, or I think like the age group is a little younger. So they can buy any stocks from the app. And crypto has been really popular, and people can make a lot of money from it, the transaction revenue. So they already list Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, I think. So the community has been reaching out to Robinhood and say, hey, can you list Shiba as well? Then today or yesterday, they said, there's no formal communication that we are listing Shiba. So the community has been speculating that they will list Shiba probably eventually, because there's so much money to be made there for them to ignore. And as we believe that as soon as Robinhood listed, it will help Shiba price, go to the moon. That's what we believe.
Yes, and I agree that it will be listed. I think Shiba will be listed with Robinhood. I think there's some kinks they're getting kinks out around this because, as I've mentioned in previous podcasts and on your YouTube channel, that Shiba did really well while Saturn had moved a little bit away from opposition to its sun. Saturn went direct on the 10th. It was right after that Shiba did a boom. And then Saturn now is moving closer to the exact opposition on Shiba's sun. And that's going to be going on in November. December, it will start moving away, and January. So any point actually from mid-December on. But I also want to put my bets on maybe definitely by February, because February could be actually the time it happens. Some major astrological transit happens in the Shiba chart as Pluto comes over their Saturn, getting rid of any obstacles. The Saturn opposition is gone. So I would say at the latest is February, but it may take until February to get some weird communications or some other kinks out. I think there may be even something with the technologies that they have to sort out before it explodes like that.
That'd be awesome. The community wish that they can launch this year, but as long as it launch early next year, I'm happy.
Right, and people should still invest in the Shiba, even if it does have a bit of a down cycle affected by the Saturn opposition in November and in early December and the eclipses. That's one that you really want to hang in with and maybe wait to cash out until this really big boom comes. And what about taking profits, SL? What have you been telling your listeners? What have you been telling your Patreons about when you sussed out a good time to take out profits in this coming upward trajectory?
So timeline, I think astrologers have better information than I am. My specialty is mostly price predictions. So I've been working with your information or astrologer information. So based on your information and the community information, my group think that they want to take profit around the 4th or 5th or 6th, like you said, before November 19. And I don't think, the market will hit will really skyrocket by mid-November. There's still a lot.
Right.
The market will do really well and better in 2022. So therefore, if they go and take profit, just take partial profit, like 20% or 25, whatever the percentage they feel comfortable with. But they don't need to sell the whole portfolio.
I agree. It's like take out some profit now. That's the appetizer. You'll get the main dish in the spring of 2022. My guest is SL369, cryptocurrency clairvoyant. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the part of the episode you've been waiting for. SL369 is going to share her hot tips on crypto coins. What you got, SL?
So yes, my group has a wide variety of investors, from people who has a lot of money to some people who work full-time, only have like less than $5,000 to invest. So let me tell a quick story. In March of this year, one of my members, she only have roughly a few $1,000s, even less than that, a few $1,000s to invest. So there was a coin called XYO when XYO was under a penny. I told her she needs to buy 1 million XYO, which only costs $1,200. And I basically, not force her, but I really have to track her down to make sure that she buy it. So I help her bought it. Then that was March. And luckily, she pretty a good investor. She just like buy and leave alone. When they go up, she doesn't track the coin every day. So fast forward to August and then September, that coin, hits like a penny and then 2 cents and then 5 cents in September. So she turned 1,200. When it was at 5 cents, she have $50,000. Right now, the price has gone down a little bit. Like right now, it's like 3 cents-ish. So last night, I did the calculations, and I did a quick post for my group. So as of last night, she has $32,000 in profit in XYO. So she turned $12 to $32,000.
That's excellent. And originally it was $50,000 for a while there. She got $1,200 to $50,000. Was it $12,000?
$1,200, $1,200.
$1,200 to $50,000, and now it's at $32,000. That's righteous bucks.
Yes, and so then she hasn't invested a lot of stuff in the market for a while because she doesn't have a lot of cash. So I said, you have a big chunk of money in a profit in XYO. Let's take some money and buy 2 million of WINK, WINK, 2 million of Bio Finance, and probably 500 coin of persistence. and 100,000 coin of Bible. Anything left over, you can buy either by near protocol or yes. So I asked her, she should sell 200,000 XYO. She still have 800 coin of XYO left. So when XYO go to like $18 or $22 or something higher, she still have like a big chunk of XYO to
Right.
benefit from. So with anyone with small budgets, there is a way within this industry to grow your portfolio without having to throw in thousands of dollars every month.
And this is the time to do it, right? Because everything's going to be surging. So, what are some of these coins that you think they give us your advice on how people should navigate this now?
For people who low budget or people with with some budget.
Let's say low budget, and then go to those who have some more budget to invest.
So people with low budget, like $5,000 less, they can buy, if they have the money, buy 100 million Shiba. I don't know how much it costs because right now I have like, how many zero? 5 0? 4 0?
So big, 100 million Shiba. Okay.
If they have the money. And so that's a meme coin. By some Akita, it's another meme coin. I got a vision for that on my Telegram. So that's 2 coins. Then
Shiba and Akita, both of Japanese origin. And
then if they still have some money left, they should buy, let me see, Wink, WINK. They should buy 1 million or 2. It's only cost about $1,300 as of last night for 2 millions coined. And they can buy 1 million Biofinance. It's only cost under $300 for Biofinance. Then if they want to, they can buy a little bit of T-Fuel, FUEL.
T-Fuel, okay.
Yes.
And you said buy finance?
BAO, BAO.
Oh, BAO.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Finance.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if they have any money left over, they can buy T-Fuel. T-Fuel will do really well. So if they can't afford it, buy 10,000 coin of T-Fuel, and then they can you park your coin on a network, and then every few days or every day they give you a free coin, a few free coin. T-Fuel costs 28 cents right now, but it will go to $10 one day. But while you're holding T-Fuel, you get free coin from Theta own T-Fuel. You get free T-Fuel from Theta like throughout the month. And while you wait, the price go up as well.
Sounds like it's almost like a game that people are playing. No wonder people like it. It's such a fun game. It's like, okay, I'm going to buy some T-Fuel, and then I'm going to get some coins, and in the meantime, I'm going to look around and see what else I can invest in. Yeah, it's almost like a full-time job for some people, this. Like, called SL369.
Yeah, crypto can be very time consuming. Like in this industry, I think each project is sort of like competing for investor or something. Like everyone offering staking.
Right.
Staking is a term where they say, if you stake your coin on our network, we give you free coin.
Right. It's almost like a marketing tool. Hey, look at me. Look, wink at me, wink at me. No, come back to T-Fuel. I have an alliance with Theta. So yeah, they all have their shtick on how to get people's attention. And then Shiba, I'm the quiet sleeping giant that's gonna wake up and blow everybody's mind. Watch me.
So talking about Shiba, people ask, is it too late to get into Shiba? I don't think so, because if people bought, at least 100 millions Shiba or a little more, when Shiba run up, and right now I think Shiba has 4.0 in the front and then 2.8. So it's less than a penny. So when Shiba go to a penny or lost 2.0, they can make a huge amount of profits. And my group and whoever follow me on Telegram or Twitter, I share this information in April, and a ton of people bought Shiba in my group. They bought a lot of coin. Some people have over 10 billions, and 10 billions is, there's some people who have a lot more than 10 billions. But in any case, I already have 2 Shiba millionaire in my group because they bought a lot. They bought a lot of Shiba, and as long as Shiba is around at this price, like 40 and 28, both of them will remain Shiba status millionaire. And then when Shiba, drop like 1 or 2 zero, more of my patron member will join the millionaire club.
So we're looking at Shiba ching 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 with the SL group. And regarding when to buy it, like it's kind of on an upward trajectory, but I do think it's going to come to like a time when it might go down there in December and certainly January before the real rally. And that might be a good time for people who haven't gotten in to get in, because it will be a little bit less. It may still be up there, but it will have, a bit of a plateau maybe, or there may be a cycle when, you won't have to pay as much as you would have or what you would have to pay later to get into it.
Are you talking about, November, December?
I'm talking about December and January when there may be a bit of a bump for Shiba. It might be a good time to buy then if you hadn't gotten in already. What else, SL? What are some other hot tips before we sign off? I know our listeners want some more crypto juice. What else can you tell people in closing here?
So if people really looking for like the top coin, the blue chips coin, and they don't mind the price is high, Ethereum right now is $3,800. My spirit guide told me $7,800, $7,800, so almost 8,000. So Ethereum will always continue to do well. This year and next year, the price will just keep rising. There's a lot of users. If people own Ethereum, they can use that and buy other coins, and also they can pay for gas fee in crypto. The gas fee for Ethereum is like between $30 upward to $250 per transaction.
For those who may not know what that means, what is gas fee when you're talking about crypto?
So each time a crypto transactions go from one computer to the next, the miner behind the scene push the button. So the more you pay the transaction fee, they give you the priority, your transaction you'll process faster. If you pay them the minimum, for example, they say, the computer decide or the network decide, the lowest transaction fee you should pay for this transaction is $15, and the highest $250. If you want it to be there in a second, you pay $250, for example.
I see. So it's basically how fast can this transaction occur? Your gas gets more expensive as you want a faster transaction of getting that in your cache.
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefit to own Ethereum. A lot of projects is built on the network.
Right.
So, cough up for nothing will happen to your transaction.
Ethereum is worth it. It's worth every crypto penny you put in it. And so who else should we be on the lookout for in the coming weeks?
I think not so much weeks, but Binance will do really well in terms of the crypto price this year and next year. Right now it's $486. Eventually it go to a couple $1,000. So if you buy Binance under $500, it's like buying Ethereum under $500. And XRP right now it's $1.08. If anytime XRP is at $1 or below $1, get it, because next year will do really well when the lawsuits settle.
Right.
Dogecoin will run. Right now it's 24 cents. If people want to buy that, feel free. But I think the ROI is not as high as Shiba, because Shiba is so much cheaper. Terra Luna. Yes. This coin would continue to do really well. Right now it's $37. It will go to $75. I don't have like exact day, month it will go, but Lunar. Polygon will do really well.
I love Polygon.
Yes.
I like the vibration. I think Terra Luna is going to like take off at a full moon. And if I could predict which full moon, I bet you it's the full moon, the Aquarian full moon, which would be 2 weeks after the 4th of February. So what's that? So for 18th, around the 18th of February, I bet you Terra Luna will take off.
Yes, there's so many projects that will take off. Phantom, Phantom. So right now it's like 235. My spirit guide already told me $8-ish. So, okay, Phantom at 235, you cannot get a lot of it. If you get 10,000 for that, it costs you a big chunk of money.
Right.
If you get 100,000 Phantom, it costs you a lot of money.
Right.
So right now it's $2.35, but it will continue to go up.
You got to spend money to make money, right? Even in the crypto, there's no easy win unless you're extremely intuitive and you know how to psych out this crypto market movement.
Yeah, with crypto, I think people just buy the right coin and be patient. And if they have, if they double the money, triple the money, take $500 out or take $1,000 out from their investment, we call them take profit from the top of your coin. And then you play with the house money.
Play with the house money. Good advice. My guest today has been SL369, cryptocurrency clairvoyant. You can check her out on her Twitter, twitter.com/cryptosl369, on her Telegram, t.me/sl369crypto. Check her out on her YouTube channel, SL369, and check out her Patreon site, patreon.com/sl369crypto. Thank you for coming in during this very active crypto cycle, SL, and doing this reading.
Thank you for having me back. I'm really glad that we do this together. I think the more we can spread this information wide and far, the more people we can reach and more people get into crypto. When they get into too late, they cannot make a lot of money.
Right. This is the time to get in because we see that clampdown coming perhaps halfway through 2022. So make sure you jump on in, and it's still the wild, wild west of cryptocurrency investment. Thank you, SL.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cosmic Scene with my guest, SL369. Remember to download, share, and like this episode and all the episodes of Cosmic Scene. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, sending you healing cryptocurrencies through the quantum field.